Like, I never ever once said, oh my gosh, I would love to live in Alaska, or I've always wanted to live in Alaska. Like, that was never a thing. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, I've been here for a minute and I still can't believe I'm in Alaska. Oh my gosh. So I just got back from grocery shopping. Went to Fred Meyer's for the first time. Basically, it's like a Walmart in Kroger. People say it's big, but like it's not that big to me. But anyway, okay, so let's just go ahead and get right to it. Why I decided to move to Alaska. Y'all, when I say this was literally not the plan, this was not the plan that I had for my life. Like, I never ever once said, oh my gosh, I would love to live in Alaska, or I've always wanted to live in Alaska. Like, that was never a thing. It is so out the way. Alaska is very out the way. Long story short, well, I'm gonna just tell the whole story. Last year, 2023, I was working in a totally different industry and it was cool. Like, I was having fun of creative industry, doing graphic design, video editing, just different stuff like that. Like, it was fun. And I got laid off and it was very ugly how I got laid off. Like, it's still being handled right now. FYI, don't let these jobs just treat you any kind of way, okay? But I ended up getting laid off, not how I expected. And then I was applying to other jobs in the same field, just like anyone else would. And I wasn't hearing nothing back. And I was just kind of like, okay, well, my portfolio, I feel like it was better. Obviously, it's grown, it's better than what it was before. So I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna just get a job, right? That didn't happen, y'all. I was not getting a job. I was not getting callbacks. I was not getting interviews. I did get this one interview that actually, I think this kind of like sent me over the edge. So I got this one interview from this one job and made it to the third round. And I'm being so honest with this job. Like, they're like, oh, well, do you know how to do PR writing or some certain type of writing? And I was just like, no, I don't know how to do that. So anyway, I get to the third round. They had me do a whole assignment, turn it in by Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. And I get an email saying, oh, we chose someone else because they're more experienced in PR writing or whatever it was. When I say I was so mad, I was like rushing and taking time out of my day to do that assignment and get it in by Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. And you guys tell me that like, oh, this is the reason you didn't get it when I told you beforehand that I didn't have experience in that. Oh, that set me off. I replied to that email. Not even gonna lie. Like, I replied to that email and was like, I want nothing to do with y'all because why did y'all waste my time? But anyway, I applied to stuff, wasn't really getting anything. And then I followed these Alaska Instagram pages, right? I tell this story on my tours all the time. And I saw one was hiring, but it was in Anchorage or like near Anchorage. Like, I would have to fly into Anchorage. And so I applied for it, even though I knew, I'm like, okay, I'm not qualified for that, but let me just try and see. So I applied for it. Of course, didn't get the job. Me and my pink resume didn't get the job, but it's okay. After that, I started doing like a deep dive of like other jobs that are like in Alaska. And I saw that a bunch of different cities in Alaska had summer jobs. So I was like, ooh, like Sitka, Skagway, Anchorage, Juneau, like all the different cities had different jobs. And so after doing my research, I came across some other jobs on CoolWorks. Okay, I'm gonna post the link for it, but it's CoolWorks. And basically, if you go on CoolWorks, they have a list of all the summer jobs, outdoorsy type of jobs for every single state. Now, Alaska actually has the most. So I'm going through the jobs and I see someone, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna apply for this. And one of them was like, it wasn't called a tour guide. It was called something else, but I don't want to say what it is. And then someone find me here or something. I don't know. But basically it was like a tour guide job. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I can do that. I can talk to people from like all over. Like, I've done that before. I used to be a flight attendant. And so I applied for it and I ended up doing 2 interviews and I ended up getting the job. And I was like, whoa, slow down. This is kind of dramatic. Like, going from Atlanta to Alaska is a huge jump, culture shock. It's a huge change. And I was also, I was going by myself. So I got the job and I was like, so how long do I have to like decide if this is what I'm going to do? And they're like, oh, what are you worried about? And I was like, oh, well, I don't have my car, yada, yada, yada. And so I ended up just taking the job and I was like, oh, I'll decide later if I'm going to actually do it. So the time gets closer and I'm like, you know what? I don't have any kids. I'm not married. Like, I might as well just like take this job, have a fun little summer or whatever. So my job is technically, I've been here since April. And then I'm here to like the fall. So technically it's called summer, but it's like the summer season, which is literally like half the year. And then I could stay. Some people do stay like during the winter time. But I don't know. we'll see if I stay. It gets a lot colder in the wintertime, and then of course it stays dark here most of the time. So I'm like, I know I'm gonna go home for the holidays to see my family, but we'll see if I stay in the wintertime. So that's how I ended up getting here. I'm in my 20s, so I'm like, you know what? Let me just do this, have some fun. And then also, I knew if I stayed in Atlanta, okay, so after I had got laid off, I started subbing again, which I've done before, like subbing, working with like kids and stuff, which was cool, whatever. But like, I knew even if I left that job, I wasn't really leaving. Like, you can just pick up a sub job whenever. That's basically how that job works. Like, you just pick up a grade level, and then I pick a school, and then you just go to it or whatever. So I knew I wasn't like quitting a job or anything. So yeah, that's how I ended up here. And then my job is so cool. So I'm a tour guide. It's a different title, but basically I give tours through a rainforest, the Tongass National Forest, which is the largest temperate rainforest in the world. So cool. So I give a tour through the rainforest, and we go to a glacier, and it's so fun. And then I also do whale watching tours. So wow. Even just thinking about that, I'm like, wow, y'all hired me for this. Like, I am not, like, even applying for it, I was just like, I'm so unqualified. But what I am qualified to do, or like what I'm good at, is just talking to people from all over. So a lot of my tours, I get people from New Zealand, or like Europe, or just really from all different places, even the United States, of course. So I'm good at talking to people and like making conversation and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I do for my job. And also, I knew like if I stayed in Atlanta over the summer, or I just kept staying in Atlanta, I just knew like the summer was just gonna be what I'm used to. Like, I knew I was just gonna go out, drink, go to events, go to festivals, shop, go to the same stores. Like, it was just going to be the same routine. And it's just like, I don't want to go out to bars or festivals and just drink and go to events and like stuff like that. Like, I want to live, different. Like, I want to experience and see, like, learn about other cultures, and like see how other people live, and see how other people like do life. Like, I knew coming here was going to be a change, but I didn't know it was going to be this big of a change. Like, the city that I'm in, you can only get to it by flying, if you come on a ship, of course, because there's a lot of cruise ships that come here. And then if you're born here, that's literally the only 3 ways that you can get here. So it does feel it's like isolating. It feels like an island, but it's not an island. Well, the main part's not an island. I live on an island, which is actually crazy. The way I found out I was living on an island was when a lady sent me the address, and it didn't say the city that I was flying into. And I was like, what's going on? So I looked up the place, and it was like a land and surrounded by a body of water. And I was like, oh, wow, this is an island. And then like I looked it up on Google too. And yes, an island. I was like, oh, wow, this is crazy. So definitely have learned a lot since I got here. Like I said, I've been here since April, but I didn't post because it was just too much going on. Like, I had to do a lot before I came. I had to be CPR certified. I had to start studying for my CDL. Oh, CDL. Okay, so another part of my job, besides being a tour guide, like doing whale watching tours and tours through a rainforest to a glacier, we also do driving too. So I have my CDL license. I had to get my CDL license when I got here, and the hard copy came in the mail like a week ago. It is so cute, y'all. I have an Alaska license. That's crazy. It has like a moose or a caribou on it. I have to look at it again, but I've never had an out-of-state license, but like, I'm just gonna keep it as long as I can. It's the perfect souvenir. Like, again, I never thought that I would have a CDL license, but I've learned a lot since I got here. I think one of the first things I've learned is that not all your friends are going to be happy for you. Like, and if they're not happy for you, those are not your true friends. I remember when I first got here, I FaceTime only a couple people because it was just too much going on. I was kind of overwhelmed. I was like, oh, this is really different. Like, y'all, when I say it looks different, there's no advertisements. There's no Walmart, Target, Sephora, TJ Maxx. All the stores that you're probably used to shopping if you live on even the East Coast, West Coast, like wherever, just in the United States, they don't have those stores. No Walgreens, no CVS, like none of that. But yeah, when I first got here, I FaceTime a couple people. Oh, that's the oven. I'm cooking chicken fingers. Okay. Like I was saying, that kind of caught me off guard. But yeah, everyone's not going to be happy for you. I FaceTimed someone that I thought was a really close friend. I could tell immediately they were not happy for me. Like, I was so excited. I was like showing them my apartment, and like, I was like, oh my God, I'm here in Alaska. Like, you know what I mean? I was so excited, and they were not happy for me. And I just got those vibes, like really dark, like not not good vibes, and that really hurt my feelings. I was like, dang, the one person that I thought was gonna be cheering me on ended up being a whole friendship breakup, which is, yeah, it was hurtful. But yeah, that's one thing I've learned. I've learned a lot since I got here. Like I said in my other video, I don't have my car here, so I get around by bike or bus, or I ride with people. But I feel like being here has forced me to really trust and believe that good things are going to happen for me, and that like good things are on the way. Like, I don't know, I feel like this job is really preparing me for something big, or for something else. Like having to talk to people or having to keep people entertained for 5 hours. Let me turn the oven off before I burn something, y'all. Having to keep people entertained, because my tours are 5 hours. Which is a long time. Like, that's a long time to really talk about like the rainforest, whales, what else? Wildlife, the city in general, the culture here, like the tribes and stuff like that. Like, that's a long time. But I feel like it's preparing me for something great, I guess. Is this done? I don't know. I'm making chicken fingers. I love chicken fingers. When I first bought chicken here, I went to Costco. Costco is one of the stores that we have here, but it's the world's smallest Costco, actually. The chicken tasted weird. I was like, why does this chicken taste like this? But maybe I just need to like, it's kind of hot, I don't know. Ooh. Okay, ignore me. I had to make sure my chicken fingers were not gonna burn. Okay. What's I about to say? I'm an adventurous person. Like, let me just go ahead and say this, because this is very out of my comfort zone, but I'm also an adventurous person. I love meeting new people. I love learning about new cultures. I love seeing how other people live their life, or just learning, you know what I mean? Like learning about like the way people do life that's different from me. Like, I love doing that. Like I said, this is out of my comfort zone, and I didn't know it was going to be this out of my comfort zone. Like, when I say this is way out of my comfort zone, whew, this video is low-key kind of out of order. I don't want to say too much, because I'm going to give an update video about like certain things that I've noticed here that's just really different. Do I plan to go back to Atlanta? I plan to go back for the holidays, but I kind of want to go somewhere else after. Or I may come back here, or I may just stay here. I don't know. We'll see. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, guys. I feel like my energy is so different from the very last video that I posted. The very last video that I posted when I first got here, y'all, I was freaking out. The first 3 days, I'm not gonna lie, I was freaking out. I was just like, oh my God, this place looks so different. I don't know how to use the bus. I don't know where the grocery stores are. I don't know anybody. I don't know this job. I was studying for my CDL, also studying to know what I need to know for the tour. Like, it was too much going on. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, make sure you subscribe, comment, and if you ever want to do something that's really out of the box, that's really different, do it. Okay, you only have one life to live. Like, why not? Like, we're literally all gonna die one day. Like, why not live your life? Have fun. A lot of people I get on my tours, okay, what time is it? I am rambling, but a lot of people I get on my tours, they're like, wow, how did you end up here in Alaska? Like, did you come by yourself? And I'm like, yeah, I came by myself. And they're like, what do your parents think of this? And they just like, they're very surprised that like, I just packed up my things, that I moved here across the country by myself. Because obviously, well, if you've never been to this exact city before, or Alaska before, it's not many Black people, especially in the city that I'm in. But so people are very surprised, like when they see me and stuff. But I'm like, you only have one life to live. Like, why not live it up? Like, experience new things, get out your comfort zone. You never know like what other opportunities that can come from this, you know? So yeah, I don't know what's next. We gonna see. We gonna keep it pushing. But after this video, it's a fun vlog. I still have to edit it. But okay, guys, I will see y'all later. And thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like this video, and turn those post notifications on. Okay? But I will see you later.